to excuse the fact that I'm on holiday as I'm recording this, obviously. So
Nice.
I'm not in my normal setting. Okay, I don't normally live in a villa. I'm from the UK. I spent 4 years living in Hong Kong, and I work for a multinational business in Hong Kong, and I love it. It's a great place to live.
Okay. So how do you find Hong Kong? I mean, the community.
People get things done. People are very practical, and I really enjoy that. And I've sort of slowly started to really appreciate the nature of the people in Hong Kong and the culture and the society. Yeah.
So is that the reason why you started kind of like helping out or volunteering for some of the impact organizations?
Well, to be honest with you, I've lived in 3 different continents.
Okay.
I've lived in Hong Kong, I've lived in New York, I've lived in London as well.
Okay.
And wherever I've lived, I've always aimed to play a role in that community, because the way I look at it is, if I live there, I should somehow give back. Because obviously, I'm paying taxes, right? But
yeah.
apart from that,
it's not the same, is it?
No, it's not. Like that's an obligation.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like if I'm in that community, I want to play a role in that community, and help out where I can.
That's good. I mean, I think sometimes people just maybe are not given the right platform, or they are not aware that they can actually do this. But maybe for someone like you who has done it many times, then you quite know how to maybe find the right communities to support. So in Hong Kong, who do you volunteer for? Is it, can you name the organization?
Yeah, so I've not done loads of work, but I'd like to do more. I've done quite a lot of work with Impact Hong Kong and Love 21. So Impact Hong Kong is a charity in Hong Kong focused on the homeless community, which I think is something that's quite close to my heart, to be honest. I can go into why sort of later.
Okay.
And then Love 21, is for disadvantaged sort of people. And I've done a bit of work with them on, because in my spare time I do boxing coaching as a hobby. So I've done a bit of fitness and sort of sports coaching with the Love 21 gang. Yeah.
You're giving them back some of that love. So are you a professional boxer, or it's just one of your sports? Tell me about that.
Yeah, not quite.
Okay.
But like to a good standard. Yeah, to a good standard, let's say.
Okay.
So yeah. And normally if I do a fight, I try to raise money for charity. It's my hobby, so it's unfair of me to raise money for charity, because it's not something boxer? That's not Pacquiao. I'm sorry.
Wrong answer.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Definitely not Mayweather.
I like Mayweather a lot. I was going to say Mayweather, to be honest.
All right, next question. Let's just be professional.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you enjoy most about volunteering? I mean, apart from what you already mentioned about, the feeling of giving back to the community, but what is it ultimately that drives you to support these charities?
To be honest, I mean, for example, like with Impact Hong Kong, for some reason, I can't tell you why, but homelessness really breaks my heart. Like it really breaks my heart, because especially in Hong Kong, like, how have you got to this point? And if you have, something must have really gone wrong, and it's possibly not your fault, right?
You mean personal circumstances?
Yeah. And it's normally older people as well. And I just think, like, you've gone through life, you've gone through all of life, and you've experienced so many things, and you're alone, and you're on the streets, and I feel like
I totally get you.
Yeah, I'm in a fortunate position where I've got enough free time.
Yeah.
where I can do something to raise money. So
and awareness.
Okay, why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I totally feel you. I used to run a refugee center and I worked with refugees for over 15 years.
Right.
And for me, it's like, you know, nobody chooses to be a refugee, right? And they could be, one day you could be this amazing, like, you know, or rich guy, or, you know, you've had it all, like career or whatever, and then it could change just like that, right? So that feeling of, you know, like you're just trying to, well, basically you're empathizing with them, right?
Yeah.
And as much as you can. And I think ultimately that's what drives someone to support a charity or anyone in the community. So, I mean, while you have that, and that's your drive, right? And your passion to help the community, what about the actual volunteering you actually enjoy? You know, something that makes you smile and makes you want to go back tomorrow or again and again.
Yeah, seeing the results. So when doing Love 21, seeing the smiles on the faces of some of the people that we were doing the coaching with was really nice. And actually, you see their parents arrive at the end, and they come to pick them up, right? And you see how happy their parents are. Maybe because their parents have had a break, right? Because I imagine it's quite hard, right? It's quite a difficult experience. Maybe that's why they're happy. They've had a break. But also, I think they're happy to see them happy. And you're sort of doing them a favor, right? So it's, I don't know, it's quite nice. Like, because, you know, you have a job, and I mean, I think your job, you're quite lucky in the sense that your job is to do with fundraising, right? So, okay, you get to see a lot of the results, but in my job, it's a corporate job, and it's like, you know, I am passionate about what I do because I'm passionate about whatever I do, but like, you don't see the impact. And I think with some of these things, you actually see the impact on people's lives day to day, and it's amazing. It's nice.
Yeah, but that's okay because, you know, that's just one part of your life, right? And then there's this other part where you can actually contribute. You know, I mean, we can't all, I mean, we have to basically, we have different roles, right? And I'm just glad that given that you actually, I mean, corporate job can be demanding, right? So given that you can still find the time to volunteer, and I hope others are encouraged. Actually, I think Hong Kong is pretty good like that. There is a good and healthy volunteering community, I'd say, you know, especially from the private sector, and then the students. So
I hope so.
Yeah, there is actually. So it's quite nice to see, right? Like because actually the work of an NGO is basically for the community. As members of the community, why are we not doing our part, right? So so tell me, Jay, so you've recently done a peer-to-peer campaign under SparkRaise. Tell us about, can you tell us about it? What was it called again?
So, the 4x4 times 48, right? That's what it's about. Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so so it's an event every year on the 4th of March. There is an event which is done globally, where people will run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours, which basically means no sleep for 48 hours. And it sounds, well, I hope it doesn't sound easy, but it sounds easier than it is, because because
do you
actually
get to
the
break?
run
Like,
takes
do you get to like sit down?
Not really.
Or just
because
break?
Look, here's how it goes. Because when you do the run, like the 4 miles takes, which is, by the way, is about 6.5 kilometers for people that maybe don't work in miles, but so let's say 6.5K or 4 miles. It takes 35 to 40 minutes to do. So that's of the 4 hours. So then you've got 3 hours, 20 minutes left. Then you get back, then you shower. Okay. So that's like, you've got 3 hours left. Then you need to eat, and you need to drink water, and you need to blah, 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 blah. Okay. You're down to 2.5 hours. Then you need to like stretch and, you know, whatever. So basically, by the time you've done the wind down from the run, you're at 2 hours left. But then you need an hour to get ready for the run again. So basically, you've got an hour of downtime for 48 hours.
What time did you start? On what day, actually?
I started 8 a.m. on Friday, and I finished at 4 a.m. on Sunday.
Wow.
And actually,
did you have any supporters?
No.
Did anyone run with you?
A couple of times, yeah. On the Saturday, on day 2, a few people ran with me during the middle of the day. Yeah. So the thing for me, right, is it's a mental challenge, not a physical challenge, because it's physically difficult. It is physically very difficult. Okay.
Right.
But like, it's more mental, because when you,
discipline, I guess.
Yeah, when it's 3 a.m. in the morning and you need to go and do a run.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's like, why? Yeah, like you ask the question, why? And you need to have a why. And one of the reasons for doing this event is because I think in life you need to have a why. You have a why you're doing things. And there was like some very generous donations. I think I raised like 73K Hong Kong dollars or something like that. I forget. And there was a lot of encouragement.
Yeah, I can help you. Actually, you raised about 165% more than your target. So
right. Yeah.
So you reached
that's good. That sounds good.
It sounds so good, right? Of your original target. So you wanted to, your original goal is to raise 20,000. No, 20,000. And you actually managed to raise 52,980. So that's 165 more than,
Right. That's good.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah. So you should be so proud of yourself.
My original number was incorrect, so I apologize for fake news. But still, it's good. And one of the things that like motivates you when you're doing it, and particularly the very last run, Sunday at 4 a.m. I was a bit like, I've done 11 runs. This is my 12th run. No one will know. No one will know. Like, it's fine. Like, come on, why do it? Yeah, just no one will know. It's fine.
Is there a time when you wanted to give up? Like
many times, many times, regularly, at 8 a.m. on Saturday, so run number probably 6. I cried.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, I cried.
Yeah.
And I cried because I'd actually injured myself. Partway through, because I did boxing every day before doing the run. I didn't rest, and I should have rested, which was stupid. But that's my fault. And I injured my quad, and I cried stretching out and warming up because I was in so much pain at 8 a.m. on Saturday, and I still had 6 more runs to go.
What did you do? Like, did you have like
I don't know. It was just like. No, I was stretching and warming up, and I just did it, and I just thought to myself, like, it's fine, like everything will be fine, and like your mind is capable of more than you think, and I just kept telling myself that.
I keep on telling my 6-year-old, like your brain is actually the most powerful part of your body, right? So
yes,
you gotta tell it.
It's the muscle you should work the most.
Yeah,
it's the muscle you should work the most.
Exactly. So I see on your sorry.
Go on.
Which day?
I was just saying you have a very good kid. You have a good kid, is what I was saying.
Yeah, I like him. So I see on the Get Perks on your campaign, 1 boxing pad session outdoors. So did anyone? Oh, you got 5 claimed out of 10.
Many people. Yeah, many people.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what does it do? Like for every 500 donation, you actually offer them a boxing session, basically 1 session with you.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
cool. I was trying to create a perk that would entice people, and also given that like a lot of people can't work out in gyms in Hong Kong at the moment, I thought this could be a good like a perk for people,
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, I'm glad that you were able to actually use the perks on our platform. Not many campaigns actually use it, but for a reason. But I'm so glad that you were able to use that.
It's a good feature. It's a good feature.
Yeah, thanks. So speaking about our platform, what's your experience using our platform? Like any takeaway? I mean, don't worry. I mean, we want to understand. We want to know like the positives and the negatives, like kind of the challenges and the, you know, the kind of the easy ones, so that we're able to learn from it.
I think it's a really good experience. I think it's very easy. I think it's a very easy platform to use. And I like the fact that, like, for example, you could put things like the perks that I was talking about that make it like straightforward for people to do extra to encourage people to donate more, right? And I think that's like that's a good thing. So it's good, and the website is very clean and easy to use. So I found the experience very straightforward, to be honest.
Okay, thank you.
And I think the features are beneficial in making it easier to raise more money, which is the whole point of the website. So that's a good thing.
Correct. I mean, why fundraise for an NGO? I mean, you have already been volunteering. You're putting in your time teaching boxing. Why did you think of raising funds for Impact Hong Kong? At which point did you tell yourself, I can do more?
To be honest, 2 days before the event, I thought this is a really hard event, and I can probably raise a lot of money, so I should do it for a charity.
And how did you promote the event, actually, or the campaign? Just by
a mixture of WhatsApp, phone calls, LinkedIn, email. I was very aggressive. I made a Google Docs, and I made a list of, I had a list of maybe 80 or so people that I can contact. And I think about just over half of those people actually donated, but I was quite aggressive and organized.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I think if you're getting money or trying to get money for a good cause, you tend to, I don't know, from my experience as well, if it's, I'm asking for money for a charity, for a good cause, say the refugee, or helping some of the NGOs, I can be also quite aggressive. But I don't think I would ever do that, you know, for myself, you know, but it's because it is for a good cause, and you know you're going to work hard for it.
Yeah, you have to. And the thing is like, people want to. You just have to remind them. You have to keep it up their priority list, you know?
Yeah. It's also just providing that platform, you know, for everyone, anyone in the community to contribute. So like you said, you are putting in time, you know, effort, and now fundraising. Maybe other people cannot do that simply because they just don't have the time. So then here you go. Here's the link, you know, support, click, donate. Would you do it again, Jay?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Would it 100%. Be this? Okay, that's good to hear. It's very encouraging. What advice would you give to someone who wants to fundraise for an NGO or use the peer-to-peer fundraising? Like, just, you know, simple tips, simple advice.
Don't overthink it. Just do it. Like, just do it. Set it up. Like, it took me 24 hours to get it set up and to get people donating. I did it on the same week that I did the event. No problem.
Cool. Well, you're very confident, and because you are very sure of what you want, your target, your goal, you know, you're championing a very fantastic NGO. So, you know, I love working with Impact Hong Kong. I believe in their cause too, and I love the people rallying behind them. So thank you for that. So I guess we'd see you again on your next campaign. But before we end this, but fun facts about you. Come on, give us something fun about you. I mean, tell us something fun about you. Okay, I'll give you 4 questions to choose from. Okay. 1. What one thing you now know that you wish you knew 5 years ago? 2nd, if you had to eat 1 meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Okay.
3rd, what's one item you can't live without? And then, actually, you can choose 2. And then the last one is favorite quote.
Okay. Meal I would eat for the rest of my life: lasagna.
Yeah.
Easy. That's a very easy
lasagna?
question to answer.
Every day?
Yeah. If someone makes me lasagna, that's it. It's done. I'm very happy. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm actually quite hungry now. Now I just said that. So that's that. And then one thing I know now that I wish I knew,
5 years
trust and believe in yourself, because I didn't trust and believe in myself before, and I still don't entirely, but you should.
Well, it pushes you, to do better every
day.
day.
It pushes you, and to be honest with you are all you've got.
Yeah.
So you should believe in yourself.
I believe in you, so I don't think you should ever die.
Thanks.
So,
thank you very much.
Thank you. Enjoy your holiday.